So we got Adrien Broner and we got Regis Prograis. Now, there's been some slight back and forth between both of these guys, and both is at 140. But Adrien Broner's last fight was swapped to 147 pounds. Whatever. But Regis Prograis is at 140, and you might as well just say AB still at pretty much 140. So who wins between these dudes if they would ever fight? And I'm just gonna say this based on my eye test, and I've been watching Regis Prograis and I've been watching Adrien Broner for a while. Yesterday I watched like 3 of their fights apiece, and I mean, at this point, it's easy to say, man. I think Regis Prograis smokes Adrien Broner. Is it possible he stops him? No. I'd say he probably boxes his ears off and pummels him for 11 rounds. 12 rounds. If the fight stops, that's because he was taking too much beating from Regis Prograis, and the ref stops. I don't see him knocking Adrien Broner out cold. I see the fight possibly getting stopped late, maybe like 10 or 11. But I think the way Adrien fights, man, I think Regis have too much power for him, and if he hit him the wrong way, man, he's probably gonna bring back Maidana flashbacks, and he's gonna be just a defensive fighter for the entire amount of that fight. And if he gets beat too bad, then I guess they'll throw the towel in. But I don't see him beating Regis Prograis on the points. Absolutely not on the points, because he don't let his hands go. That's not gonna happen. So I don't see him knocking him out. When is the last time AB got a knockout? So he's not knocking out Regis Prograis. He's not beating him on the cards. So the only two ways this fight is gonna end is if the ref stops it late or Regis Prograis knocks Adrien Broner out. But realistically, I see that fight going to the cards with Adrien Broner bruised up to a 12th round loss, and I see Regis Prograis winning that fight. Too powerful. Regis Prograis is not the fastest puncher. He doesn't have the best speed, but he's very heavy-handed, and he doesn't even have the best defense either. But he has more head movement though than Adrien Broner does. Adrien Broner got this weak shoulder roll that he just can't seem to. He tries too hard with it, man. He tries too hard. And Boone was bringing that up. Shout out to DT3 Boone, man. He was saying too, like, a lot of these dudes use the Philly roll, the Philly shell, and they use it as, they try to look flashy. He's trying to use it as like a flashy, like a symbol of being flashy. Like they step to people with the shoulder roll. You're not supposed to do that. It's a defensive move, and Adrien Broner, he steps to people with the shoulder roll, trying to be like Floyd. That's not gonna work, bro. You can't do it like Floyd. Floyd is an anomaly, man. You can't do it like Floyd, bro. So he loses that fight, man, and I'm talking about convincingly loses, because he don't let his hands go, and a lot of it comes down to hands. If Adrien Broner would learn to let his hands go, he probably could beat Regis Prograis on points, just moving and pot shotting him. But I don't see that happening, man. He's gonna get walked down, cut the ring off on him, and shit, man. I'm starting to really feel like he might get stopped, man. But I would say more likely Adrien Broner, he still has some decent foot movement, so that should probably end up saving his ass from a severe stoppage. So if they ever fight, that fight is gonna go to the cards. Regis Prograis for the win. Let me know what you think. Who wins between these two if they were to ever fight? And I hope they do, but right now I don't think Adrien is even nowhere near ready. I don't think he'll ever be ready, but definitely right now he's not ready. But I still would like to see the fight anyway, because I look at it like, okay, you're not ready as far as you should be ready. You're a vet compared to Regis Prograis, so you should already be ready for these type of fighters. But seeing the way he been performing, man, mentally he ain't ready, man. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.